Hi there guys, this is KingFan701. I want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to everybody on YouTube, to my fans and supporters, and to my friends who took involved in this project, which are Thomas Fan Forever, Shine Ortez, and David Lambert. It's absolutely fantastic to see what had happened in this. I never thought this was going to happen. When the Kirk, ronan and Branch thing was, in the early stages of the editing, it was very tough and hard to do, because the images of how I was going to make it look didn't quite technically match the images in my head. But the good news is it stuck to the original story plot series, and it was about 5 times better than I thought it was going to be. And of course there were a few bits and pieces I edited in there to make it more better. And I want to take this opportunity, like I said, to say thank you all for the reviews you've been giving, and I'm so happy about it. It couldn't have happened at a better timing, because I'm on a roll in my life right now. I'm doing very good, and of course I've got other things in family life that's going to be happening, which I will not tell for personal reasons. But I also have to tell you is that I thank you all you guys for the comments and the likes that you've been seeing on my videos, and I'm so blown away. I'm kind of speechless, to tell you the truth, because I didn't think Kirk Roman was going to have this amount of impact, because it's a small sequel from the untold story of Timothy, as you may have seen in my fanfics. But another thing about it is that I originally was going to be doing to make it more longer, so it could be longer than the fanfic, because there were a few things I did have in mind. But unfortunately, the timing was bad, and they wouldn't come right, and it basically would have taken the plot into a little bit of a bizarre loop. It technically wouldn't have made any sense. But there were a few things about Kirk Roman that I was very risky about, because we took some ideas that we had seen from some others, and we wanted to try and tie it in to see how it would look. But another thing was the filming was very tough, because this one had to stick to the original plot storylining. But the hardest thing about it, which is why it was a bit longer than it should have been, like in terms of being released a bit more sooner rather than in early of 2016 as I said it would, it was because of the editing and the rendering and the special effects, but also the flashback stories between Timothy and the old controller, aka the former manager of the Kirk Roman branch, because that was like the climax of the whole thing, to see the two finally go face to face in a way and have a verbal battle over one another, while Thomas is just standing there watching the whole thing totally speechless and doesn't know what to think, while at the same time still being intimidated by Timothy's ghost. But a lot of things actually happened, and again, the effects were very hard, and it really pushed me to the limit. But finally I got around part 3, which I did have a lot of fun, by the way, because there were some good shots there that were done and made it more realistic. But yeah, part 4 was very easy, because it was half completed thanks to the filming that Dave Lambert had put in, which he put a few cameos in, such as the R-Class 707 and the 4501 in black livery. And yes, he even put Jeffrey in there for a few cameos as well, which he did for some of the fans who know who Jeffrey is. And I won't go into that, but yeah. But yeah, the project was so much fun, and it took a few months less than it did with the one that I did with my untold story of Timothy, which took me nearly over a year to do. But we got around it, and we did it. And Thomas Fan Forever did a great job, despite his narration at times could be a bit bitsy here and there, but it's because he still learns some new things he hasn't learnt of. But he did a fantastic job, and I'll give him where credit is due. But yeah, and I just let you know, guys, Dom, who does Thomas' voice, did a fantastic job, as he always does with Thomas. As far as I'm concerned, he is the official Thomas voice for my series, because he knows how to do it. He knows how to put that dialogue in when he needs it most. But also Lizzie did a great job as Emily and Rosie, and I give her 10 out of 10 for that, because she's absolutely fantastic with it. And even though she doesn't know, she wouldn't break it into the voicing in the media stuff, but as far as I'm concerned, she is born bred for voice acting in my eyes. That's just my opinion. And of course, Shine Ortez did most of the other filming for some of the flashbacks and also for some of the sceneries that was needed for the filming. And of course, it was the first time that he was involved in the suspect of doing this whole filming, because he helped out with part 2 and 3 and then later with 4. But yeah, that was the first time he ever did it, and I had to teach him how me and Jerome do the shooting and what we do, and so I was teaching another guy in one way. But in any cases though, Horror on the Kirk Roman has been a big success, and there was a couple of goofs which I've sorted out, and you may be wondering why I took down part 4, and because, well, I'll tell you why I got rid of part 4, and you'll be asking me that in the comment boxes too. Well, I think here this will explain it to you. There was a couple of goofs in the ending credits that I did because I was rushing to get that bit done, so I could finally get completed and move on to the Klitschfield Curse of 311, which I know you guys are so anxious and so excited to see. Even I'm excited as well, because this is the one I've always wanted to work on. But yeah, there was something in the credits that I had to re-edit and then re-edit and render again and then just re-upload it back up again, and shortly after all this has been done, I will re-upload part 4 for you, and you can re-watch it in its entirety again. So yeah, again, I do apologise for some of you fans who will be thinking why I got rid of it. Well, I've told you about it and it's all done and dusted. Yeah, because there was something in the credits that I may have made a mistake on and shouldn't have put in by accident. Okay then, so yeah, that was just a little bit I had to update you guys on, in case you were going to be wondering. In any cases, for other things, there's been no other problems with whoever I shall not know of. And Jerome is doing a great job with his own series, and Shine Ortez is doing brilliant with the remakes, including those that I'm involved with. And yeah, and Dom is doing his own series and his own Thomas movie, which I'm very, very interested to see how it looks like when it's already completed. And there are some other things that are going on. But yeah, again, I want to thank you guys for watching it, and I really, from the bottom of my heart, it really means a lot. And because you guys are fantastic, you're the best fans I've ever had. And of course, sometime down the line this year, I think in October or August, or wherever those 2 months are, it will be marking my 9th anniversary. So I've almost reached a decade in being on there, because I'm one of the older YouTube guys that came from a different time. And why am I saying that? Well, I just think it's just for the better of it. Any cases, yeah, this summer's been very, very good. 2016 has been mostly a positive year, despite we did lose a couple of good heroes and some other things and tragedies that have happened. But on the bright side, this has happened, and of course, you know, the Timothy saga is boosting up to popularity, and for those fans who do not like Timothy, who think he's just a mockery, don't bother watching my videos and just go elsewhere. It's that so simple. I mean, I respect people's opinions if they don't like him, but you know, people were people and guys have their viewers, but they don't have to like basically rub it in and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean. But in any cases though, the Klitschfield 311 will be done. I know you guys have seen the trailers, but I think there will be a little bit more on the way just to build the tension up. And of course, I've got some more archive footage from the Kirk Roman, which you guys might want to check out when that happens. And then eventually we'll get to the Klitschfield Curse, and then it will be all ready for you lads. And it's a dark story. The Klitschfield Curse is a dark story. But if you think it's darker than Timothy, maybe the movie itself will tell you everything. But what I will tell you is that it's actually mostly, it is mostly dark, but it's also a very emotional storyline, and you might get very, very touched. But I won't tell you any further. But in any cases though, this has been your updating, and of course this is my quick thanks. So thank you guys for watching and supporting, and keep your sharp eyes out for anything else that might happen. Until then, take care and enjoy your summer.